Hello, this is Tex Keys. Tex Keys, and I'm here in Oside, California, and this is the Tex Keys show, and I'm going to be honoring Jimmy Vaughn. He's from Texas, and as you can see, it looks like I was in a little tussle. That's right, I was in a tussle with some bad hombres, some bad boys from Oside, California. They messed me up a little bit, but you should have seen what I did to them. So, this is Tex Keys, and oh, by the way, I think this may have been what happened. I saw these guys drinking a Bud Light, and I said something about it being from Texas and all. And I was wearing this shirt, the Rick Keys American to the Bone. So I think they kind of got a little upset, and like there must have been about 10 of them. 10 of them, they all kind of ganged up on me, but I was able to ward them off because I'm stronger than they all 10 of them were. So I happened to find this new release and just an appropriate time because I was on the ground a little bit. Let me tell you, I was on the ground, but I was able to get up off of the ground, and that leads into the very first song you're going to hear, and it's from Duke Earl's Electric Witness. So just got that today. Yeah, the other 10, they're hardly recognizable. I just got minor bruises and stuff. So this is Tex Keys, and I am continuing with my Texas blues persons. I get well, most of them are blues men, but there are some sure blues women out there. I just don't have their names yet. So anyway, we are going to continue in this bruise state, not blues state, bruise state with Jimmy Vaughn. So I've already played Stevie Ray Vaughan, and you guys pretty probably enjoyed most of that. So at one time, Jimmy Vaughn, well, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimmy Vaughn, they actually teamed together for one album. The only album they ever did together. It's called The Vaughan Brothers, and a lot of great classic songs on that. So on this playlist, you're going to be able to hear those songs from that album. And then when Stevie died, I think that was the last album. It was the last album that they, well, it was the first one they ever did together as brothers, and it was the last one that they did together because Stevie Ray died after that. So then Jimmy Vaughn went out on his own, and he had a release in 1990 called Out There, and he had just left the Fabulous Thunderbirds. I guess he was there for quite some time. Jimmy Vaughn, another great guitar player, brother of Stevie Ray, of course. So you're gonna hear some music off that. So anyway, so maybe I should do this. Just hide that a little bit because you guys are probably, instead of looking at my music, you're probably staring at my face. So maybe we should do something like this. Sorry. Okay, that works. And how do you hold that on there? How do cowboys do that? Oh, start. Sorry. There you go. Oh yeah, there we go. That's looking good. I think I got something there. All right, just hold that there. Okay, that ain't working. Let me try something different. I know that they're actually fold these things because it's a square, right? You fold it and then you turn it into like a triangle, which I've done. So now I have a triangle. So now, hey, what do you know? Not bad for a Texan. I figured it out. All right. So this is, and it actually holds. So this is Tex Keys. And as I mentioned before, I was in a rumble, a tumble, a real bad jungle up there in Oside, California. Boy, I feel a lot more confident now that I look at my red face that got all bruised from those 10 bad Oside boys. So we are on the RMR list Roots Music Report chart. And guess what? Rick Keys. Well, you all know about Rick Keys. Rick Keys had a really bad year. And he is in Ireland right now, recovering because his poor little kitty, Missy, passed away. He was heartbroken and other things going on. Computers, phones being lost, car breakdown. So he was having, and then there was the whole, inflation and everything. Oh, by the way, so at the Rumble last night at the bar in Ooside, California, I lost my really nice hat. So this is my substitute hat. So I will have to actually go back to that bar. Hopefully those 10 are not there again because I don't want to see them in their disrepair after what I did to them. But anyway, I'm gonna have to find that other hat. It was a nice hat. So anyway, let's continue. And I don't have the numbers, so you're just gonna have to trust me. Starting from in the 50s, these are some of the top 50 blues albums from the RMR chart. And Rick told me that that happens to be Rick's Music Report chart, and it's a where DJs and on-air personalities like Rick Keys and satellite radio, the whole shot. They report the new blues that they're playing on their shows, and you kind of have a ranking. So anyway, in the top 50, we got Johnny Bergen. I don't know the number. Sorry, Johnny Bergen. As you can see with that dot, that actually made it to the Rick Keys Music Caravan Top Blues Albums for 2024. Here's another one that made it to the Rick Keys Top 2024 Blues Albums. Sue Foley, One Guitar Woman. She's in that top 50. Okay, so but basically, so you know, we're going down from the fit. We're going from 50 to number one. So guess what the numbers are. Here's another one in that top 50. Misty Blues and Silver Lining. The B. Christopher Band, 106 Miles to Chicago. A lot of great music on this one. Hotness. Okay. Oh, there are some things going on here in Ooside, California that I can tell you about. So let's continue with this list, top 50. J.D. Simo and Luther Dickinson, Do the Rump. Not to be confused with Do the Trumps, Do the Rump. That's in the top 50. Tronzo Cannon from Alligator Records, Shut Up and Play. Top 50. What else we got here? Rick Astley and the Nightcats. Oh, wow. Looks like two songs from this release made it to Rick Keys Music Caravan Top Blues Songs for 2024, and the whole album made it to Top Blues Album for 2024. Rick Astley and the Nightcats, a bunch of cool dudes there. How'd that one get over there? Oh, Jimmy Vaughn. All right, so let's continue. Another Alligator record label. Funny, I guess Rick Keys has some connections with Alligator record labels. As you know, Alligator record label is probably the premier blues recording label in the United States. So let's continue. Chris Kane, Good Intentions Gone Bad. Top 50. Val Starr and the Blues Rocket, not to be confused with the Blues Rockets. That's only one rocket, and it's a blues rocket. To the blues and back again. Deb Ryder, Live and Having Fun. It could be Live and Having Fun, but it is in this case because she did this live album. Deb Ryder, Live and Having Fun. I see you guys are all getting interested in what's going on there in the background, aren't you? Well, it's probably a little easier to do that all at one time. So just hold your suspense. A lot of big things going on here in Ooside, California, since Mayor Ski got deposed. He's in exile now. Mayor Ski is, and Meekes is in the new mayor of Ooside, California. Lonnie Brooks is actually with Alligator record labels. earlier. He passed away, but he was a Chicago blues man, kind of a legend in his times. And here's a release from him. I can't read it, but you can hear some songs off there. So this one wasn't in the top 50. It's probably in the top 50 like 30 years ago or 20 years ago. So Lonnie Brooks actually had a son. His name is Ronnie Baker Brooks, and he's got a new release called Blues in My DNA because Lonnie Brooks was his daddy. And a lot of great songs on this one. This one actually is probably going to make it to the Rick Keys Music Caravan Top Blues albums for 2024. Also, so these we're probably in the top 10 by now, top 5. Tab Benoit, he has a release called I Hear Thunder. So that's in the top 5. Last but not least, I do know that Rick Keys told me this before he left to Ireland, that this one was number 1. It's called Shemekia Copeland. Well, it's not called. It is from Shemekia Copeland, and it is called Blame It on Eve. There's a lot to blame on Eve, but not everything. So let's see what's going on here in Osai, California. So you can see